RX Muscle fans, it's Dave Palumbo, and in case you haven't heard, on Saturday, July 18th at Unique Fitness Extreme in Shirley, New York, Bros vs. Bros 24 is set to take place. Contestants coming out will have a chance to compete in the bench press and deadlift for reps against IFBB pros for a chance to win over $2,000 in cash prizes. Fans in attendance will have a chance to see Species Nutrition's very own BK Beast, Hakeem Williams. They'll also get to see IFBB pros Jeff Beckham and Tracy Hess as they put their reputation on the line as they rep it out against the meanest, toughest, hardcore bros on the planet. As a special treat, four-time Mr. Olympia Jay Cutler will be in attendance for a meet and greet along with many other guest celebrities. Be sure to mark it on your calendars and don't miss out on a chance to check out what is guaranteed to be one of the most exciting events of the bodybuilding year, exclusively at rxmuscle.com. Welcome to another episode of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, and I'm here to bring you all the latest news in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. It's Thursday, July 16th, 2015, and let's get to it. It looks like rehab is in full effect for South African bodybuilding sensation Marius Dohne. After having one of the better off seasons he's had in quite some time, there were high hopes for Dohne heading into this year's contest season. But 2 weeks out from Orlando, Europa, Dohne suffered a complete tear of his right hamstring, yet somehow still managed to power through both the Orlando and the Arnold Brazil before shutting it down for the season. Now, after some forced time off and an extended rehab, Dohne is slowly starting to get his groove back and announced that his next competition will be in 2016 at the Arnold, South Africa, where he'll make his triumphant return in his own backyard. Breaking world records isn't easy, unless your name happens to be Eddie Hall. The British strongman, deadlift world record holder, and general all-around badass rewrote the history books once again last weekend and nearly shook the earth off its axis in the process. At last weekend's Europe's Strongest Man, Hall stepped on the platform and completely smoked a 1,020-pound deadlift, breaking his own world record of 10:16 set earlier this year. And according to Hall, he still has more in the tank and predicts that he will be the first man to break the unfathomable 1,100-pound barrier. It's been one heck of a year so far for Tricky Jackson. After starting the year off strong by bringing in his best look ever to the Omaha Pro, Jackson continued to improve right through the Dallas Europa Super Show and Chicago Pro, and he now finds himself sitting at the top of the 212 Olympia points standing. Earlier this week, a photo leaked of a 214-pound Jackson 9 weeks out from taking the Olympia stage. This year, Tricky really seems to have rejuvenated his physique, and with more than 2 months to prepare for making a return trip to the Olympia stage, the best of Tricky Jackson may still be yet to come. Although we have yet to see him take a bodybuilding stage so far this year, Ahmad is looking rather sharp these days. Last year, Ahmad flew way under the radar until showing up looking absolutely shredded at the Olympia, where he was rewarded with an 11th place finish for his efforts. At his best, Ahmad doesn't have any real glaring weaknesses, but tends to get out-muscled in the lineup during some of the bigger events. But with another long offseason under his belt and plenty of time to revise his strategy, he could certainly pop up at one of the later events this season and surprise everyone as he gets the last laugh once again. It isn't easy being bodybuilding's version of Pocket Hercules, but somebody's got to do it, and Sean Clarita is just the man for the job. Clarita has been putting in some long hours at the office as of late and is looking as crazy and gnarly as ever as he gears up for the next phase of his contest season. This year, the Giant Killer has really grown into a legitimate threat to win each and every time he steps on stage. And at 160 pounds, he deserves to have his name mentioned amongst the best pound-for-pound athletes in the sport. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.